where I'm currently at in my prep process. So right now, I think I am 19, 20 weeks out from competing in classic physique, doing masters. Don't know whether I'm going to add in the novice, probably not, and do the 35. That's kind of where I'm at. But so I came off of a 4-month, 16-week bulk. It was a very, very, very successful bulk. First time I've ever done a true controlled bulk in my whole entire life. The look was great, strength was through the roof, and it was great. It was structured. It sucked. It was not fun. I never thought I'd ever say in a million years that eating that much food sucked, especially coming off of a grueling prep where my goal for winning was conditioning. I knew I wasn't going to be the biggest dude, but I knew if I came in really conditioned that I would place well, strictly off of conditioning, and that worked out in my favor with several top 5 finishes, with my best being a 3rd place finish. So where I'm at today is I did 4 months bulk, and then I did a pre-prep phase where I started to dial back. That's a phase that I use to mentally prepare myself for contest prep, right? So that means holding myself more accountable, making sure that when I make rice, I measure it out to the grain. I'm not just, that's a little bit over, that's fine. And then going heavy on your servings as well. That was fine in a bulk context, but now I needed to get mentally prepared to break that. I think that's a very important part that a lot of people over or underestimate is accountability. So had my 4 weeks of that, and now we're dialing in structured weight loss. I knew I was going to lose some weight off of that because my carbs were around 700-800 grams of carbs a day. Now they're down to around 350 a day on workout days. They're around 350. Non-workout days, carbohydrates are down to around 200 grams on non-lifting days. Of course, cardio is every day, 6 days a week. The 1 day a week that I try to drop cardio is going to be on the 2nd leg day of the week, just so I can have more push that day. So where I'm currently at is I'm 3,000 calories right now, and protein's still great. I mean, it's up there to around 280, 290 grams of protein a day, doing 5 meals. I already hit the carbs. Fats are around under 60 a day. Non-workout days, non-lift days, the fat is going to increase. That's where I get the additional calories from to stay at the 3,000. I had done cardio at 30 minutes a day. That's kind of like my life baseline, 30 minutes 6 times a week. That's minimum year-round. I just increased on this past Sunday, so I'm 3 days in. Today's Tuesday, of a 10-minute cardio increase. So I'm doing 40 minutes of zone 2 cardio 6 days a week, and that is how I'm going to drive my next little dip in my body weight. So through contest prep, my morning weight got up to about 225, 224 and change. I'm not looking at my calendar. I'm driving right now. Afternoon weight was around 230, 232-ish. So if you look at the 224 fasted morning weight, this morning I'm around 213 pounds at 19 and a half weeks out. So, and I did that from just kind of coming out of the surplus, finding my maintenance in that month where I was trying to stop my weight gain. I was eating a lot. PEDs came down, so I just didn't need all the food at that point. So I ended up going from around a 4,700 calorie surplus. At that point, I was additionally eating my cardio back, so I was getting around 200 calories, 240 calories a day through cardio. I would also eat that. So if my calories for the day were 4,700, I would add anything I burnt in cardio back to that because I wanted to be in a surplus, not maintenance, not a deficit. Today, 3,000 calories. Still doing push-pull legs. Off days vary due to life. I mean, honestly, I'm off when I have to be off because of life, which is an average of 2 days a week. It doesn't make sense as far as workout, but I'm off when I have to be off for life. So it's not planned or controlled. It doesn't make sense. I might say I might be off Monday and Wednesday. I might be off Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. So but this is a good time to have that a part of this because the goal was to hit maintenance and start my titration down. So based off of my estimated body fat percentage right now, I'm thinking I'm around 14-15% body fat, which was my goal for peak bulk. I'm in that weird phase where carbs are coming down, weight's also coming down, but you look softer. There's this realm of you look softer because you've lost your fullness, and it really plays on your mind to be in this zone. But we're going down. That's the direction we want to go. Strength is maintaining. That is the primary goal for me, is to maintain my strength. If you may not be able to do it every day, workouts, you just like any other time, your workouts may suffer here and there from fatigue or thousands of reasons why this could happen. But for the most part, strength is maintaining, which is very good. Weight had kind of neutralized, or it wasn't in a really, say, projectable loss. I guess that's the way I would put it. I wasn't a pound a week. I wasn't half pound a week. I was in a deficit, but it wasn't big enough to make a difference that I like, even though I want to do this as slow as possible. The slower you lose your body fat, the higher chances of maintaining your muscle mass are. So with that said, that's where I am. I'm doing this video as checks and balances for myself, so I can look back on this years from now and kind of see where I was in my progression month by month, and just keep tabs. Data is everything. For those of you who have had a coach or are self-coaching or whatever, the data is priceless. Looking back on your morning weights, your calories through the days, weeks, months, your lift logs, that can really be the key factor in where you take your next step or how you take your next step. So just a personal update as far as where I am in prep. My goal is to get to around 202, 203 pounds. I should be 8%, which competing at a regional show, that's lean enough to do some damage. I'll take it further depending on timing and depending on where my strength is. I'm not willing to sacrifice muscle and strength to be leaner than 8%, not for a regional show. It's just not worth it. At regional shows, a lot of people come in not even in single digit shape. So, but anyway, that's a check in for myself. I'll do one of these at least one of these a week. I may do more. Today's workout, today is the lifting day. Today's workout is going to consist of legs and biceps. So this is something I've been doing for several months. 2 non-conflicting muscle groups, legs, biceps. What I'll typically do is I'll start out doing hamstring curls, and I'll pyramid up the weight until I get to my working weight. I'll do the same exact thing with biceps at the same time. So I should hit my working weight in biceps about the same time I hit my working weights in hamstring curls, and then I'll hit at least 4 sets until I as hard as I can, as controlled as I can, the right way on each. And then I will drop out the hamstrings. I will change variations of curls. So from supinated single arm dumbbell bicep curls, I will go to hammer curls with the dumbbells. While I'm doing that, I'll switch to leg extensions. And this is light, just to get blood in my joints and get blood in my quads. And I will do usually 3 sets of those while I'm doing working sets of hammer curls. Usually I'm one fillet set and I'm at my working weight on those because they're already warm from doing all the bicep curls. So then once I do my 3 sets of warm-up leg extensions, I'll go ahead and start warming up on the hack squat, pyramiding up at the same time. I'll be getting to my final sets of hammer curls with the dumbbells. By the time I get to my working weight on the hack squat, the hammer curls are done, completely done. So then we're focusing nothing but on quad push with, damn it, I'm losing my train of thought, with our hack squat. So I'll do 4 working sets to failure with hack squats. And what I've been doing for the last several weeks is then once I'm done with those 4 sets, I'll change to single leg press. I'll do 3 to 4 working sets to failure with that. And then I will either do lunges or I will do 2 to 3 sets of leg extensions to failure. Pump as much blood in there as possible. These are going to be slow controlled reps, 15 to 20 range. I don't like to do a whole lot of pump stuff, but I do like at the end of a workout to do at least 1 to 2 higher rep, heaviest possible pump sets. Just feed as much blood and nutrients to the muscle as possible at the end of the workout. So that's what I'll be doing today. That's where I am on my calories, my macros. Thanks for listening. I'll see you on the next video.